It's the first edition of Teammates in a Glove at Spirit Communications Park. We've got the manager here with us, Jose Lahair. Jose, you spent 4 years in the Minnesota Twins organization. You've been managing with the Mets for 7 years now. So the game is pretty simple. We've got the glove here. It's got names of old teammates in here that you're going to select and hopefully give us a good story about one of the players from back in your playing days.
Oh, Moises Alou, huh?
And this is the good one to start with.
This is a famous one, I guess, huh? Well, Moises, man, well, besides just watching him play on TV, I got an opportunity to meet him in Winter Ball in the Dominican Republic, and he's the brother to a good friend of mine, Luis Rojas. He also coaches with us in the New York Mets organization. And Moises, he called me last year. We were, I remember, in Greenville. We were playing Greenville, and he called me and he said, "Hey, Jose, we're interested on having you on our coaching staff." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm working with one of the teams there, so how does that work, you know? I just wanted to make sure there was no tampering here." So he's like, no, it's going to be a higher position. We're just requesting you to ask for permission, you know, to talk to us. And I say, "Hey, let's go for it." So he ended up being basically a higher position, like he said, and he offered me to be the bench coach of his brother, Luis.
And you coached with him at this year's MLB All-Star Weekend at the Futures game. You two were on the coaching staff of the World Team. What was that experience like?
It was good. It was very good. It was his first time as a coach. So he was basically, he said, "I'm the rookie here. You guys tell me what to do." And we helped out with the lineup. I coached third there for him, and it was a really good game. It was a great experience. We had a blast there in San Diego.
All right, that's a good one to start off with. So go ahead and dig back in for the second selection.
Steven Matz. Wow. What a humble, great kid he is. I had opportunity to manage Matz in Kingsport, and he was just coming out of surgery. I think he lost almost 2 years after having surgery, and great arm, but more than a great arm, great heart. Mm-hmm. He took care of the players, and he was a really good teammate, and he took care of the Latinos that were there that didn't have a ride to go to and buy groceries, and he just gave him rides all the time, and he was a really good kid, and you could see it that he was going to be a big leaguer if he kept healthy, and he did, and now he's doing a really good job for us in the big leagues.
Yeah, from Kingsport in 2012 to pitching in the World Series for the Mets this past October. So go ahead and get another one. We're off to a pretty solid start here. And the next name is?
Matt Garza. Man, Matt, I remember we were in Fort Myers 2006, and this is the year that the Twins converted me to a catcher. So I saw Matt when he got drafted that same year. He got sent to Fort Myers right away, and I'm like, "Who is this guy?" And I heard nothing but good things about him. And the first time I saw him, he put a small bag on his back and started running, and he just ran laps around the field for about an hour. And I mean, this guy's a horse. He's just working hard, and you could see he was gonna be good, man. A bulldog on the mound. And I remember I think I caught him one time on one game. But more than anything, I mean, I was just getting started as a catcher. I was basically the third catcher there, getting my feet wet. And I remember catching him in bullpen. I hardly ever had to move the catcher's mitt. He would just spot the fastball right where he wanted to. And you could see he was going to be good. And that's why he's accomplished what he has.
And he led, he led the Rays to that 2008 World Series run. Do you remember where you were when he threw the no-hitter 2 years later?
I do not.
Well, it was a pretty special day for him, though. But go ahead. Let's get a couple more out of the mid here. I think we're going pretty well so far. We've got a couple good ones.
Nick Blackburn. Oh, I remember Nick in Fort Myers also, and Nick, really good pitcher, good sinker, and he will keep me busy because I remember I played with him in 2005. So then I was a third baseman. So every time he was gonna pitch, I know I was gonna be busy at third base because of all the ground balls that he drew, and I try to be on my toes. I know that ball was gonna come my way when he was pitching. Every time I ride it was up. Glen Perkins. Yeah, Glen.
Three-time All-Star in the majors, by the way.
Yes. I never thought he was going to be a closer because this is a kid that will just be on the mound and go after hitters and just give us 5, 6, 7 innings every time he was there. You know, kind of quiet in the clubhouse. You know, a guy that you wouldn't hear much, but he's very good pitcher. Very good pitcher. We had a really good team that year, and he had a really good breaking ball, and he still does, you know, and with a good fastball. You could see the ball exploding out of his hands.
You were the catcher. You played in the infield as well. When do you know when you're playing with some of these guys, hey, they certainly have a path to the bigs? Is there something that always stands out?
Yes, no doubt. The way they go about their business is one, their confidence is two, but then also obviously the abilities. You know, you can see some of those guys that stood out that had the ability. You know, and guys like him, you can't miss. Lefty with a good arm.
Yeah. All right, let's go one more then. We're coming down to the wire here, Jose. Pick out the last teammate out of the glove.
Okay. Whalen. Wow, this is a good one. It's a good one because recently he just got promoted and he just pitched yesterday. I was watching part of that game he threw. I didn't finish watching it. You know, it was a replay, and I can't tell you what the score was, but he was into the sixth, allowing 3 runs. And that first game he pitched, I noticed he was a little nervous. But Whalen, you know, I text him. I say, hey, I'm very happy for you, and so is my family. You know, he knows my little ones because he was in Kingsport with me, and him and Chris Flexen, who's still with us in our high A level in St. Lucie, they had a really good competitive season going that year for us in Kingsport, where we reached the playoffs. And they were basically the main reason we made it, because they were outstanding, him and Whalen. Whalen had a really good year for us. Here's another pitcher who's a bulldog on the mound, competitor. He wants the ball, he wants to pitch. He hated to be taken out of games. I remember one time I took him out because his pitch count was high, and he was so mad. And then he came in the dugout, he was fired up, and I had to come him down and said, listen, kid, I know you want to be out there. I still want you out there, but I mean, there's more to it. We don't want to hurt your arm here. There's a pitch count, and we got to go by the pitch count. He said, I don't care about the pitch count. Well, you have to. So come down right now. And then he come down, and then I remember after the season was over, he texted me and he was like, I learned so much from you because because of my attitude and all that, and I understand how things are done, and I really appreciate it. I remember I still have that text that he sent me that one day. So seeing him now in the big leagues with another team, but still, you know, he was part of a big trade that we made last year, is just very rewarding, you know, and I'm very happy for him.
Yeah, his major league debut with the Braves just a couple weeks ago. So we'll finish up on that. What is that moment like after coaching these players, seeing them on the mound in a big league game like Whalen?
Well, it's very special. It's very special because, you know, in some way you were able to touch this player. You know, sometimes it could be directly, but sometimes it could be indirectly when you're talking to the whole team and you're sending your message across. And hopefully you always expect them to grasp something, and hopefully he's one of them that did grasp some of the information that we have to provide, you know, because we only want the best for this guy. So once you see him up there in the big leagues performing and accomplishing their dreams, you just feel happy for them, and it's very rewarding.
I think this was a success. There were some special names here in the glove. So the first edition of Teammates in a Glove has gone over pretty well. You're off the hot seat, Jose. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for joining us here at Spirit Communications Park.